5 threes tonight, 19 points. How comfortable are you feeling out there these days?
Just staying confident, getting back in my groove and stuff like that. And, like I said earlier, just staying confident. Teammates were finding me, and I was just knocking them shots down.
I know you're a rookie, but is it exciting? You guys feel like you're accomplishing something by being second in the West at this point in the season?
Yeah, for sure. That's big time. I'm not sure. I never played playoff basketball yet, but I know it's pretty key to have home court advantage.
What's it like playing with Luka?
Easy. Super easy. Makes life easy on the offenses, getting wide open shots for everybody.
Now that you've had a little bit of a chance to see it up close and personal, like what parts of his game stand out to you versus like watching him as an opponent?
Obviously the shot making's crazy, but knowing where guys are at even when he's not looking at them. Playmaking, making those passes, and they're usually always on target. So he just makes it super easy for everybody on the offensive end.
There have been moments this year, Dalton, where you guys have been able to get the crowd into games with your shot making. You've done it a bunch of times. You did it a little bit tonight, but I think at the end of the second quarter, they went 7.5 minutes without a point. You guys have had these stretches defensively here over the last 2 months where you've created energy and offense that way. What's changed, do you think, for this group on that side of the ball? And does it feel like an every night thing now for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of our things is just trying to be very consistent on the defensive end and executing our game plan, and then that leads to easy transition buckets for us, and we just try to feed off of our crowd.
What jumped out to you with the two-man game that LeBron and Luka forged?
You said what?
What jumped out to you as far as the two-man game that LeBron and Luka have done together?
I would say it's just easy. The two, especially when those two are out on the court, they get everybody wide open shots, or it's always usually a bucket. So, having those two on the court together is fun to watch.
Luka, you've been here obviously a pretty short time comparatively, but this team is now second in the West. What does that mean to you at this point in the season?
I didn't even know. That's a great position to be in, honestly.
You're a little bit ahead of Denver.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know. I don't pay attention that much to standings, but go game by game. That's a hell of an accomplishment right now.
You said a couple games ago you wanted to start shooting well here. 5 threes tonight. You feeling pretty comfortable?
Yeah, and today I felt a little bit more comfortable. As long as we get the win, we got 6 in a row, so that's what this is about.
Luka, there was in the first quarter, you were kind of grabbing at your leg a little bit. Did you get the lead, or what happened there?
It was on the fall, I think. Just a little tight on the tight. I don't know how you say it in English. But then I got kneed in the knee for the third straight game in the same spot, so it's kind of struggling on the right leg. But I'm good.
You'd kind of said too that you haven't had a good game in LA. You get 2 against the Clippers here and kind of feel that energy. What was it like tonight? To hit the step backs, to kind of get the crowd going. It felt like your energy at least was the highest it's been since you've been here.
Yeah, it's been great. Like I said, the atmosphere is unbelievable, and we're just gonna want to give the people what they want, and that's winning the games. And that's what we're doing right now.
What's Dalton Knecht giving you guys the last couple games, and what have you noticed for him and just being a rookie?
It's hard being a rookie, obviously, but I think he's a true professional. Some days I think one game he didn't play, and the next game he showed up, and that's about professional. Especially being a rookie in LA, it's not easy, and he's been doing this since I've been here. So I'm glad we have him on our team.
Dorian mentioned that you've been battling the Clippers, obviously, from the bubble. Ty Lue's thrown a lot of different coverages at you over the years. How have you seen that matchup evolve with the Clippers over the years since your rookie year?
Yeah, there's always going to be. I remember last game there was only one coverage on me. But, it's like I always say, it's like playing the chess a little bit. You got to read the defense and take what the defense gives you.
You said that, this stretch that you were out with the calf was the longest you've missed in the NBA. Having experienced an absence that long for the first time, how's the return been in terms of rust? And, has it been tougher than you thought? What would have been some of the challenges you've dealt with?
Yeah, it's been, I've been long. Throughout my whole career, that's the longest I've been out. So I didn't expect that much rust, as you could see in the first couple games. But now this is getting better. But I obviously didn't expect it.
Luka, felicidades. 29 puntos, 6 asistencias y ahora el equipo está en segundo lugar en el oeste. para ti. Muchos dijeron que no te ibas a adaptar rápidamente con LeBron y el equipo, pero le has demostrado a todo el mundo que está funcionando. ¿Qué es lo que ha funcionado para que puedan tener esa buena conexión?
Sí, creo que todos estamos en la misma página, ¿no? Como diría yo. Creo que todos nos llevamos bien. Sé que estoy poco tiempo aquí, pero la química está muy bien. Así que tenemos que seguir así jugando.
Through his first early stretch of games here, in what ways have you and LeBron tried to make things easier for each other so far?
Sorry? Yeah.
In what ways have you and LeBron tried to make things easier for each other, just in terms of the chemistry and all that?
I think just play the way we play, the way we both play. Get other people involved. They're gonna give you depends on which coverage. Take what the defense gave you, but it's just playing who we are.
You mentioned the chess match with the Clippers, but you're telling them to get up on you, giving you too much space. Like, is it a little more with this team, given that you guys have such a history of playoff battles and regular season battles?
Maybe obviously, we went back and forth a lot with the Clippers, and that's what I like. For me, that's fun, and that's how I get going, especially in the basketball court.
It's not that like your team in Dallas wasn't known around the league because of the talent that you and Kyrie and the rest of the guys had, but Lakers seemed to be a team with a bigger target on their backs, just be like a team that the opponents circle on the calendar. Have you gotten a sense of that so far, how you're going to kind of get your other team's best shot?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't believe it before, but they say if somebody's out a long time, then they play against the Lakers. I don't know. I didn't believe it that long time, but obviously it's the Lakers, so I think that's normal.
You and Derrick Jones shared an exchange the other day. I know, is he someone who reached out to you after the deal? And what do you think he's kind of brought to the Clippers since he's gotten here?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he's an amazing guy just to be around. And second of all, his defense, his ability to jump, his ability to even shoot. We were together, we were great, I think. So obviously one guy I miss, but we'll get some dinner now. Then we're in LA.
Thanks, Luka.
Thank you.
Dorian, what's it say about you guys? You've been here a couple months. In the slow but steady progression, you made up through the standings, now in second in the West.
Just staying together, playing defense. We've been guarding. Guys, been taking the challenge. Coach has been doing a good job of getting us ready and giving us the test. Giving us the answers to the test, and we've been executing.
What does it say about you as a team? Maybe talent, depth, whatever it might be, that you won tonight without two starters and a rotation player.
Just show you how deep we are. It's next man up. Like I said last game, that's just part of playing 82 games. People gonna get hurt, and next man got to step up and do his job.
You guys are number 2 in the West right now. 23 more games to go in the regular season, but how much do you value the idea of finishing there or higher going into the?
We just got to keep stacking days. Whoever team, I feel like is hot and healthy. Do a good job in the postseason. So we just got to stay healthy, get them guys back on the court, and just keep stacking games and getting to know each other as a team.
You said LeBron and Luka play off each other so far.
Man, sometimes I get caught watching and I don't be ready to shoot. Mondeuse was on my ass yesterday in the last game. She said I left some bullets, and I said I couldn't bring my gun to L.A. I'm just playing. Nah. But today, I came out, ready to shoot, and them guys just took over after that.
How do you guys feed off Luka's intensity? Clearly, that first quarter, he was ready to go, and it seemed like he was chirping a little bit, maybe energize you guys.
Oh no, he I know he ready to. That's what he do. Especially when he get going. But he trying to find himself. Find his shot. If he made some shots tonight, got us up 20, and then they battled back, but we came together in the game and finished. I smoked that layup. Probably could have got it over with quicker, but sports and entertainment. We like to make it entertainment.
Hey, Gabe, I know you always kind of play your game regardless of what the situation is, but stepping in for Austin, is there anything that you think about in particular when you're out there with that group?
Just trying to be ready to play, make a little more. I think just depending on how the game was going. If Bron and Luka are on the court at the same time, if I need to touch the paint and spray, stuff like that. But for the most part, it was the game with more minutes for me.
What have you seen from Dalton, not just tonight, but the last game and kind of getting going? Tonight, obviously, it's some key shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's been small things for me with Dalton that he's been improving on a lot. You know, whether it's just talking on defense or the switches, and I think he's improved immensely in the last 5 to 10 games in those. And it's great to see him get hot and get out there and get the rhythm shooting from three like we know he can. So it's great to see him have some growth. It's great to see him get rewarded with a good offensive game amidst the growth.
And then JJ was talking about the coverages the teams play against Luka and how they're rarely going to go into drop. How do you kind of feel like you guys are evolving when teams are either blitzing him or switching everything? And what are some keys?
Yeah, I mean, he creates a lot of problems. You know, I think Braun alone creates a lot of issues. You add Luka to the mix, and the way he can really shoot the ball and pick apart defenses. You know, we're kind of just reading and reacting. Teams are going to try to throw different things at him, whether it's a blitz or definitely not a drop. So we're just trying to stay ready to make our adjustments.
Does the nature of which you guys won these games against these top teams, a lot of it's been more on the defensive side, does that provide optimism for what it'll look like when you guys do have it, that synergy offensively rolling and everyone's, I guess, rolling in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, late in the year, you have to win some games in the mud, and I think we've had some games, some stretches here now to be able to test our grit, test our willingness to fight through a lot, and we've been doing that at a high level. So proud of the fight this group's been doing. We just need to keep it up.
Maybe fight is the answer, but Mike just mentioned the word evolving. Is there like a way you describe your guys' identity through this? I think you won 16 out of the last 19. What's the consistency, even as guys have been out of lineup, at trades and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're playing very hard. We're playing unselfish, and I think everyone's kind of starting to understand their assignment. You know, I think we all know what we're looking for when we step out there on the court. That simplicity brings clarity, and it allows us to go out there and just play hard. So it's been working so far. We just got to keep it rolling.
Gabe, have you ever been on the court as a Luka opponent when he's like kind of gone? JJ called it a blackout, where he like was just sort of screaming at everybody or somebody in particular. Have you ever been on the court for that as an opponent?
Probably, but I think as an opponent, I was so locked in on trying the next play that I wasn't watching him say whatever he says after he makes his fourth or fifth step back three. From
What's it
40
like
feet,
as a teammate to see him kind of like go to that place and like, I guess, when you've got a player playing with that kind of passion, what does that mean for your team?
I mean, we feed off of it. We feed off of it for sure. I mean, you got a guy in your corner that's going Super Saiyan, for lack of a better word, and making great plays, hitting shots. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It can give us a lot of life, and we've been creating a lot of energy on the defensive side, and when he gets hot offensively, we feel like we can't be stopped in that regard.
Hey, Gabe, I'm back here.
Yeah.
And I know you've been talking about the team defense a lot lately. It's now 7 straight games where you guys have allowed 102 points or less. So what can you say about the group effort on that, end of the floor? That's almost unheard of, it feels like, in today's NBA to, give up 102 points or less for, 7 straight games.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. The coach has been coming up with great game plans, but we've been executing them, and guys have been flying around. There's times where we're putting a small, quote-unquote, small lineup out there, and that makes us a little faster, but, we have to work a little harder. We got to box down the boards. We got to crash, and, Braun and Luka have been rebounding the ball at a high clip when we do go small, so it's been great for us, but like I said, we're just competing at a high level right now. We're playing together.
Hi, Gabe. First off, congratulations on being elected Vice President of the NBPA.
Thank you.
Can you talk about the resources that the NBPA bring to the players with revolving around like player development as well as some goals that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I think the NBPA has done a great job supplying a number of resources for current players and former players as well. So just trying to make sure that guys understand the resources that are available to them, to know what they have access to, what they don't have access to, and to kind of understand what they do want access to see if we can get our way and get our foot in the door in that regard. Some of the things I'll change, I'll probably save that for another day. I don't want to get fined on here. But this games continue to grow, and my whole thing is just want to leave the game in a better place. This just seems my best way to do it, or just another way I could do it. I'm just excited to have my mark on it.
Gabe, the transition defense was a huge talking point early in the season. You guys have been one of the better teams in that regard over the past 22 or so games. What does it say about the team that you guys are able to make that flip that switch the way you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, we've been trending the right way, and I think, about the right time of the year to be doing so. And, I wouldn't say we're playing our best basketball, but we're getting there. There's still some things we can clean up and get better on. And transition defense was atrocious at the beginning of the year, and I think that has helped us defensively to get back. And if we get 5 people set, we're a pretty hard team to score on. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Go ahead, Dave. Get it out of the way. I'm not asking about it again. I'll tell you that much. JJ, I was just going to ask you about the game on top of the winning streak and again kind of holding an opponent to that pretty consistently low scoring total relative to kind of current NBA. What has been consistent here that you saw again tonight?
We just play hard, we compete. Tonight wasn't perfect with some of the execution stuff, but we more than made up for it with our effort at times. And frankly, I really liked what we did, in the half court when our defense was set. The turnovers once again hurt us. Scored 20 points off our turnovers. I think it wasn't a play that was more emblematic of our effort than when it was 93-88. I think there's 7-something to go. LeBron misses a 22-foot two-pointer. Vando gets the rebound. We get it back to LeBron. He misses a floater. Trey gets the rebound. We kick it back to LeBron. He misses the 3 from the corner. Vando gets the rebound. We end up getting it to Luka. Trey's over in the right corner. He pins in for LeBron. He hits that 3. I mean, that's, again, these opponents that we're playing, they're really good teams. They're fighting like we're fighting. These are playoff-like games just in terms of the physicality, the effort from both teams. And that play, I mean, I'm not sure they got closer than 5. I know there was, 5 right there at the end, but that was a massive play for us in a stretch where, look, we're having to play lineups just because of injuries. We're having to play lineups where we don't have a ton of shooting on the court, and teams are able to load up. They're reading everything. They're a top 5 defensive team. Like it's tough to score. So we talked again pregame about our effort offense, and that was a massive play.
There are things I think you can't know about players until you have them as a teammate or something like that. And you had kind of mentioned the importance of these Luka blackouts in Denver. I think he made 2 threes and was like instantly yelling at the Clipper bench. Dunn got a little bit of it later. Seemed like everybody pretty much on the court got some of that energy from him. Spiritually, what do you think that did for your team tonight, his sort of fire and intensity?
Yeah, I think the way he started the game got us going on that end. And then it just seemed like throughout the game, when we needed a bucket, when we needed him to draw a second, third defender at times, he was able to make the right play, minus the 6 turnovers. But he played fantastic tonight. And again, it was that verve and that spirit of competition, but also just something that is, maybe it's an inner demon, I don't know, but it comes out, and it's fantastic for us when it does.
A clip circulated of you crediting Dalton Knecht for being a professional after the win on Friday. Tonight seemed like more than...
Talk to the Lakers about what they're putting out. Need approval on some stuff.
Tonight seemed more than professional. I mean, kind of a starring effort for you. Have you been able to get a sense of where Dalton's been at after everything that went down last month, and how do you envision his role as the season plays out?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion early on when he first got back, not playing the first game, didn't want to put him in a tough situation for him. We then talked on Tuesday. We then talked the day before the All-Star break again, and it was very much like before that second game against Utah leading into the break. It was very much just let's just play basketball, and you're going to play, and I'm going to coach, and we've moved on from that. So I think each day it just becomes again more normal. Certainly the last 2 games I think help every player, look, we've all been there. Like we all have this sort of perpetual belief in our ability. Everybody's confidence can wane, and you need that confidence to be reinforced by playing well. And he's done that the last two games, and it's obviously offensively, but he's done some good things defensively as well.
You've mentioned you guys have won a lot of these games against top teams, just effort and executing defensively. Does that help provide optimism for what things will look like once you're able to get things just a little bit more flowing and going offensively and have that synergy
I mean,
there?
the nature of playing with Luka Doncic, and we knew this when we traded for him. And again, this is why you always have to be adaptable as a coach. The nature of playing with Luka Doncic is if you play drop coverage against him, you're going to die. So teams are going to red or they're going to blitz. We have to be better, and we're going to figure that out. It helps when you can play all shooting lineups. I'm not concerned about that.
Hey, JJ, when you look at this month's worth of games in March till the end of the regular season, where do you rank seeding compared to all the other things that you deem important?
I want to make the playoffs. I don't want to be in the play-in. That's all until that is secured, the seeding thought won't cross my mind.